When Minecraft Beta 1.8 was released, the game changed forever.
You see, this update, famously known as the Adventure Update, introduced a ton of new features, like the hunger bar, new terrain generation, and brand new mobs. But the real game changer? XP. XP revolutionized the way players approach the game. It let you enchant items, trade with villagers, or even just show off your levels to your friends and make them feel like total losers. But with all these amazing features came one big drawback. Getting XP was painfully slow and frustrating. For years, people thought killing the Ender Dragon was the fastest way to rack up XP, but trust me, there are much faster ways. I've tested and put together some of the quickest XP farming methods in Minecraft Bedrock. So without further ado, let's start off with the first one.
For the first XP method, we're heading back to the farms to breed some animals. See, every time you breed them, they make a baby and some experience points. Now we just need to collect some sheep. That will be enough. Now put these guys into here and finally collect some wheat. Now this will be more than enough. So now we can begin breeding these guys for 10 minutes straight. Starting now. Okay, this is gonna take way too long, so roll the time lapse.
Drop it.
Now after breeding for 10 minutes straight, we got 27 levels, which is crazy because this is just the first method. Now with the first method reaching 27 levels, it's time to move on to our next method, which is a cactus farm. You see, when you collect some cacti and then put them in a furnace to smelt, you can actually receive some XP. So if you build something just like this, which is called a cactus farm, so now it is time to wait for 10 minutes straight. Y'all thought this was it? Bro, let's double this shit. Or maybe triple. Or maybe quadruple. Now, okay, let's go all out. Okay, I might have gone a bit overboard, but the bigger, the better. And now it is time to grab a lot of coal and fuel these furnaces up. And now, let's wait for 10 minutes straight. Now after 10 minutes, let's collect all of the cacti. And after collecting all of the cacti, we got 28 levels in 10 minutes, instantly beating the breeding method. Now our next XP method is the kelp farm. You see, the kelp farm works very similar to the cactus farm, but is much more compact. Now before we could start building this farm, we first have to put on our diving suit to collect some kelp. And now that we've got everything we need, we can start constructing this machine. Do it just like this and you will have yourselves a working kelp farm. Once the farm is ready, all that's left to do is power it on and let's wait for 10 minutes. Now after 10 minutes, it's time to turn this thing off and collect all of the kelp. Now after collecting all of the kelp, we got a grand total level of 7 levels. But it doesn't matter because we can use this dried kelp to make dried blocks of kelp. And with these blocks we can smelt stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a win-win. Now with the kelp farm reaching 7 levels, it's time to move on to our next method. To build this new method, we'll need a lot of furnaces. And once that is collected, you just have to build something like this, which is called a super smelter. Now before we start the 10 minutes, we just need to fill these chests up with coal and a ore, like iron. Now the last step is to switch these levers and see these guys move back and forward. And you can see the furnaces are burning. Nice. And now it's time to wait for 10 minutes. Now that the timer is up, it's time to collect all of the XP. And after collecting the XP, we got 16 levels, which is great, but it can go way faster. You see, this furnace is slow and stupid, so we're gonna replace it with a blast furnace. Now with the furnaces replaced, it's time to wait for 10 minutes. And after smelting for 10 minutes, we got 22 levels, which is pretty good. But what if I told you there was an even faster way? But for that, we first have to go to the Nether, because there we can find ancient debris that will give us a lot more XP when smelting. Now with the minecart filled with ancient debris, it's time to switch the levers and wait for 10 minutes. Now after 10 minutes, it's time to collect all of the ancient debris. And after collecting all of the ancient debris, we got a grand total... Bro, is that my chair? What the fuck? Okay, let's try that again. Now, after collecting all of the ancient debris, we got a grand total level of 32 levels in 10 minutes. Absolutely amazing. Now for the next method, we're heading back to the Nether, but this time we'll focus on mining some quartz. You see, when you mine quartz, they drop a decent amount of XP. So let's grab our Fortune 3 pickaxe, so we can start mining for 10 minutes straight. Now that the time is up, let's see how much XP we got. And after mining quartz for 10 minutes straight, we got 32 levels, which is the same as the super smelter, but this thing is way faster and cheaper. On to the next one. See, for the next method, we'll need to go back to a village, because there we can find villagers. Yeah, no fucking shit. These villagers will be used to trade, since that these guys give a lot of XP when you trade something with them. So yeah, if we collect a couple of villagers and build this very easy farm, it's time to begin trading for 10 minutes straight. And after trading, you not only get a lot of good loot, but you also get a lot of levels. 41 levels in just 10 minutes. Now with all the basic methods unlocked, it's time to move on to the medium methods. For our first medium method, we'll need plenty of mobs, since they drop XP when you kill them. However, there's a big problem. I don't want to spend the whole night running around chasing mobs and risking death. Instead, we can build a simple mob farm like this one, which lets us stand in one spot and farm mobs for a solid 10 minutes. And after killing mobs for 10 minutes straight, we got 52 levels in just 10 minutes. Now with the mob farm out of the way, it's time for the next method. Now with the next method, you'll need a bit of luck, because it requires two spawners that are very close to each other. Now the next thing to do is connect these guys just like so, make a tiny little pit where they fall in, and that's it. Now all you have to do is stand here for 10 minutes straight. And after killing these mobs for 10 minutes straight, we got 21 levels. Yep, 21 levels it is. Alright. Let's take things up a notch and level up even faster with an upgraded method. This time using Silverfish. Yep, those tiny, annoying, hard-to-hit creatures. Now by building the farm like this and adding a few of these guys into here, you have yourself a fully functioning Silverfish farm. Now without further ado, let's flip the lever and see what happens after 10 minutes. And after waiting for 10 minutes, we got 108 levels in just 10 minutes. And the crazy thing is, this is just a medium level. I can't even imagine how insane the higher levels will be. But before all of that, let's start off with the next method. For the next method, we'll need to dig down, as this method will be used towards the end. Because in the end, we can find a lot of Enderman, and we all know that Enderman drop a lot of XP when you kill them. So, if you make a simple contraption just like this, you'll have yourselves a working Enderman farm. Now, without further ado, let's start killing these Endermen for 10 minutes straight. Now after killing these Endermen for 10 minutes straight, it's time to see how much levels we got. And we got 38 levels in 10 minutes for just killing some Endermen. Now with all the medium methods done, it's time to move on to the harder methods. For this next hardcore method, we need to find an ocean monument because we're building a guardian farm. Just follow the design and you'll have yourselves a fully functioning XP machine. Or at least, that's what I thought. I must have messed something up because mine didn't really work. These guys have to spawn in here and they're all under here. What? I tried it several times, but it did not work. But if you do it like this guy, you can gain up to 85 levels in just 10 minutes. Alright, now let's move on to a method that actually works. When you go deep into a cave, you'll find skulk. Mining this block gives you XP, but there is one big problem. I don't want to get killed by a warden while doing it. So, if you build something like this, we can create a fully automatic farm to generate skulk without any risk. And with that, it's time to start mining skulk for 10 minutes straight. Now, after mining skulk for 10 minutes straight, we got 34 levels. Now with these two methods done, it's time to move on to the last one. For this method, we again need to go to the end, but not for the Enderman, but for the Ender Dragon. We all know when you kill this dude, you get a lot of XP. I mean, a lot. So, what if I told you there was a way to repeat this process over and over again? To do this, you just have to build a simple contraption just like this, and you will have yourselves a working machine that kills the Ender Dragon non-stop. So without further ado, let's start killing this thing for 10 minutes straight. Starting now. Now after killing the Ender Dragon for 10 minutes straight, we got 83 levels in 10 minutes. Now it is time to face the final boss, the moment you've all been waiting for. It is time for the gold farm. When you kill a zombified piglin, you get tons of XP and loot. So, do we just chase them in the Nether? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Once this happens, it's basically over. So, instead of dealing with that chaos, we need something safer. Something in the overworld. You see, sometimes when you light a Nether portal, a zombified piglin spawns. So, if we build a lot of Nether portals, we can farm an insane amount of piglins. But now, there's another problem. How in the world do we kill 1,000 piglins in just a few minutes? That's where the killing chamber comes in. By building something like this, we can wipe out the mobs in seconds. Now all we need to do is connect these two systems and boom, we have ourselves a super efficient gold farm. Now let's switch the levers and finally wait for 10 minutes straight. Now after waiting for 10 minutes, it's time to collect the XP. Oh my god, look at these sheep. Oh, let's go to work. Let's fill these guys up. Look at how much loot. Hello, villagers. I'm here to pick you guys up. Let's go. Now it's getting serious. What are you doing here? Let's do a bit of chemistry in Minecraft. Oh, finally found Skulk. Oh my god. Let's go on the ground. Let's kill this dragon, boys. Here we go. And now you know how much levels you can get in 10 minutes. 170. Thanks for watching, and as always, bye bye.